Remember when Doctor Who tried to blend sci-fi adventure with campy 1950s nostalgia? Unfortunately, Delta and the Bannermen is the painful result of that experiment. And it has the dubious honor of being my least favorite story from the Sylvester McCoy era. It's a tough choice, as a few other stories from this period had their issues. Paradise Towers, anyone? But for some reason, this one feels like a complete slog from start to finish. It's not just a misstep, it's a story that makes you question what on earth they were thinking, so I'll do my best to explain why this one just doesn't work. Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Demon, and today I'm picking apart one of the weakest links in Doctor Who's classic run, Delta and the Bannermen. The story kicks off with an intriguing enough setup: the genocide of the Cimarron by the ruthless Bannermen, led by the completely over-the-top Gavrock. Queen Delta escapes with her egg and, in a wild twist, ends up on a space bus full of shape-changing tourists heading to 1959 Earth, crashing into a satellite and landing in a Welsh holiday camp. It's a strange premise, but Doctor Who has pulled off stranger. Yet, almost from the start, it's clear this one just doesn't land. The alien elements feel ridiculously forced, especially when Delta's egg hatches into a bright green baby that grows at an absurd rate. And then, of course, we have Billy, the hopeless romantic mechanic, inexplicably deciding to abandon everything to join Delta and her strange green child. Meanwhile, we have CIA agents tracking the satellite and camp director Burton trying to keep things together. The whole thing plays like someone tried to cram 3 or 4 mismatched stories into a single episode, but instead of adding layers, it's a mess of clashing tones and underwhelming moments. The production values don't help either. With an era that already struggled with budget constraints, Delta and the Bannermen feels particularly cheap. The alien creatures are barely believable, and the effects on Delta's baby and the booby-trapped TARDIS come off as unconvincing and honestly laughable. When your main villains get bested by honey and the amplified scream of a baby Cimarron, it's hard to take them seriously. And poor Gavrock, meant to be menacing but ultimately reduced to a ridiculous caricature, falling victim to his own trap in a finale that's more silly than satisfying. What could have been an interesting exploration of alien royalty and survival ends up as a hodgepodge of cringe-worthy performances, baffling plot choices, and underdeveloped characters. Even the Doctor feels sidelined here, just hopping along for the ride while bizarre antics unfold around him. There's barely a cohesive narrative. It's a series of odd events strung together and ultimately forgettable. The best thing about this story, the end credits. Delta and the Bannermen may have aimed for unique, but it only hit unwatchable. I'm Snake Demon, and this has been the Snake Pit. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, like the video, and leave your opinions in the comments, where I won't read them.